Alafia, welcome to the power of you. We're back. Yes, it's that time. Today is Ose Ogun Oshose. And I'm going to play a little something here to let some other people come into the room. Can y'all hear this? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear this song to Ogun. Ogun there. Can y'all hear? Send me if you can hear the chant to Ogun. Yes. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're gonna have a very good Wednesday. Let's go. Bring everybody. Ogun says. Bringing Ogun to give us some energy this Wednesday. I'm even putting on my empath spray today. Yes. Hey. Baba Ogun, I like we salute you. Yes, welcome to the power of you. Remember that the power is you, the power is through you, the power is for you. You got all that you require. So thank you for joining me today for the power of you, which is our little Wednesday pop in to giving us some strength and some courage and to stick with the medicine, with the program. Use whatever it is that you're using to get you here safe and in one place. We're good. So today we're talking about every breakthrough. Every breakdown is a breakthrough. Can I say that again? Every breakdown is a breakthrough. Everything that you're going through, when you're given all you could give and don't see any results, you're getting ready for a breakdown. So whoever it is that needed to hear this, know that when you've given all you could give and you don't see any results, when you have outgrown the belief that you didn't deserve or require more or better to have peace in your body, mind, and spirit, when you've outgrown the belief that you're not the power of you, that you possess the medicine, you possess the things that are required, when you've done enough code shifting and shape shifting to get what you think you deserve for your efforts, and tired of people pleasing, you are in a breakdown. You're breaking down. So these are the things when you outgrow the belief that you're not good enough, that you didn't deserve to do and to get what it is that you require or need or want. When you have given all that you can and you can't see the results. When you've done enough code shifting and people pleasing and shape shifting to get what you think you deserve and it's not showing up. When you even moved to somebody else's location, place, home, state, building, feeling that that's what you needed to be the power of you, and you don't see the results of it, you're in a breakdown. When you forget who you are, what greatness you come from, and who you really got there with, and you're focusing on all of the stuff, the drama that's happening now, you are in a breakdown. When you've prayed for God's revolution and resolution, and it takes so long, you're in a breakdown. You are heading for a breakdown. It can be in your body, your mind, or your spirit. So during this Yemonja period, time of the year of July, and we're coming up for the new moon, this is the time to account for, admit, wallow in that breakdown that you're having. If you're crying, you don't know why you're crying, why you're breaking down, when you're feeling overexhausted, when you're feeling like you got to do something else. Call it what it is. Give it a name and accept it. You know, you are the symptoms of you that you're in a breakdown. You can't get out of bed. You can't get out of bed thanking God for the people and the things you get and that you have in your life right now. You know, some days you just get up. The other day I had one of those that I just couldn't get up. I just felt like I had the cares of the world on top of me and could not move. That's a breakdown. So a breakdown comes in my body, mind, or spirit. You're in a breakdown when you're using food or overindulging and in food, or using mind-altering substances, or just plain self-sabotages to yourself. You know, you're in a breakdown. If you're using food as a stimulant or as a satisfaction, and whenever you think of something emotional, you pop something in your mouth, and you eat until your stomach can't push anymore, and you're pushing on through, that's a breakdown. Those are the symptoms. That's the signs. Give it a name. Overloading, using mind-altering situations like, oh no, I just use this to get away, to get me cool, to get me straight. You're in a breakdown. And when you're not listening or watching for God's simple and easy solution right in front of you, you're in a breakdown. Everything is shut down. Everything from outside. You're looking at this thing as it's bigger than it really is. You're giving it all the credit for bringing you to the place where you can't function. You can't move. You feel exhausted. You feel like there's someone else should be coming to save you. You want somebody, some energy to be next to you to make you have value. You're in a breakdown. And not listening and watching right there. You're in a breakdown. And you're in the midst of a breakdown, but you're right there, getting ready for the breakthrough. Because every breakdown is a breakthrough. Breakdown puts you in a place where you become stone cold sober as to the fact that, oh man, this can't keep going on. I got the power to choose something. I don't want to choose. I can't get out of bed. I'm depressed. I'm sad. I'm feeling people are big, whatever. Let me share something with you. And you know, I love to be transparent. The other day I had one of those where I just felt like, I couldn't actually get up out of the bed. I felt like that. And y'all know, those that know me, I get up in the morning. Some of my students call me the Energizer Bunny. I get up and I want to know exactly what it is. I set my intention for the day and I'm gone. And I usually set my intention the night before because I write down my little to-do list. But by the time I wake up, it's a whole nother energy. So I'm like, and I couldn't move. I was like, what is going on here? This is like, I feel stuck. And I recognize you having a breakdown, girl. You getting ready to break through because you're the one that's supposed to uplift people. You can't get out of bed because you're just feeling all of this stuff in your head that this is not, and this is not going right, and this should be, boom. What I did, I go to my drug of choice, my tool of choice, my whatever it is that make you feel, boom. I went up, I said, look, let me go do my morning exercise, which is to pour my libation. And I sat and I meditated. And in my meditation in front of a Batala shrine, and you can meditate anywhere. You can go outside your door. You can look out the sun. Anywhere that connects you to nature, or the bigger thing, to just let it go. And in that meditation, I went and I got to sit there and just went deep. I was just like, okay, whatever it is, we got to move this energy. And I'm just praying and letting it go. And then I started breathing and meditating and going. As a matter of fact, I put on one of Ella Andel's Obatala meditations and I just went on in. I recognized by the time I finished, I was there half an hour meditating, went into a deep, and in that process, Spirit say, you need to get out and market your book. I'm like, I know I'm frustrated because it's not moving as fast as I thought it would, and right then I heard a voice say, go to church. Go to church. Okay. I was like, okay, this is real because I'm sitting right there. So I says, oh, okay. And I put the book together in church. Well, I had been to the St. Philip's Church here in Winston-Salem, which is in Salem. Winston-Salem is the old Salem. Winston-Salem used to be a city called Salem, where there were old Germanic group of people who came and settled here. I'm forgetting the words. But anyway, it's the Moravian Church. And so I said, oh, that'd be interesting. So I got dressed, went to the Moravian Church, which is the Moravian Church that I went to is an all-black church that was started by the Black Moravians of Winston-Salem, of Salem, Old Salem. Went over there and my spirit just said church, because for me, church is like wherever you are is a place for honoring God. I don't have any dogmas. I'm not a Christian, but I don't have any dogmas. I don't have any issues of going to a mosque with people to pray. I don't have, if that's what is required, if I'm asked to, because I've preached in churches as a Yoruba priestess. I've worked in groups of women that are Muslim, and we spoke of empowerment in that. But to go into church for me is like, okay, well, I need to go. So I ended up going to the church here in Winston-Salem, and it's the Old Salem Church. And the history of that is so revolutionary. So revolutionary. Because when before Winston-Salem became a city, there was a part of this area that was called Winston, and one was Salem. And the slaves were not beaten in Salem because of the beliefs of the church was that all people are one. But why is it that they would send the slaves over to Winston to be whooped? And they couldn't be beaten on Sunday. They would send them over there to be beaten and then brought back to Salem. And that justified them being slave masters and the enslaved ancestors beaten, and justification of their beating. So when I went into the thing, I already knew, because I went there like 2 months ago on the anniversary of the church construction in 1884, where when during Juneteenth, when all of the slaves were given their freedom, with many just celebrated, the church decided that these Black people that we've been allowed to work with us and to come to church with us, and say after the freedom of our people, they're able to come to church, and that, well, they allowed them to come to church for a while. Well, then the Black people they had to start their own church, because one day the bishop decided they couldn't worship God. The Moravian church would not allow them to worship God they could not come to church anymore. So they established this church. The vivaciousness, the courage of our people, they took the same faith and established their own church. And that church was made with logs. And the church is still there. It's the oldest African church in North Carolina. You should visit it. And so when I went there, the spirit that I went to, which was to revolutionize and to energize me and to give me that place where I was going figuring, okay, I went the last time and I told them the book was coming. I was going, perhaps that's why I was going. I ended up there and they told me a story about a woman in the Bible who had a menstrual cycle for um, 12 years. And just by touching God's robe, she was healed. And it was very powerful because at the end of it, it was something to the effect that it says, my sister, your faith has made you whole. That message was for me. My faith, which is Ifa, Yoruba, Lukumi, Kondomble, Fodun, all of the things that are under the tree of the Yoruba people, we call them Yoruba for like a better word, the Yoruba or Ifa worship system, which is the parent of all of the other indigenous Ifa practitioners or practices that derive from there. That's my faith. And when the woman touched Jesus's hem of his garment, he said, who is that touched me? Now, y'all know I don't know that much about the Bible, but all of you people who, are aware of the Bible, you may know the story. For me, this is the first time I ever heard the story. And just the woman believing that she could just crawl up there and touch his robe, that she would be healed from 12 years of having a menstrual cycle of bleeding. So what that message was for me in that moment is your faith has made you whole. So all of this stuff that you're feeling that you got to be in the bed and you can't move because people are doing whatever you have what, and the place is not what it is because I don't have the people coming to do the space, the land. Here we got all of this acreage and we are here just available, but it's not happening. We have our Children's Rites of Passage coming up and they arrive on the 16th. And I was in that moment, to tell you the honest truth, I was feeling very, very down because I felt that the program, we've been doing this program now for many, many years. And these are the children who have been studying the classes during COVID. This is the first time that they've been able to come on the land and stay for 5 days with us. And we only had 2 girls. That beat me down. I felt here's a program that is peanuts. It's like $600 for you to send your children to. The classes are online and they're like $300 for the classes for a whole year. And it's the same program that we have for the adults, the SEI program, the Self-Empowerment Introduction to Ancestral Reverence, Introduction to OB Divination, Introduction to Yoruba Cosmology, 7 classes, $300, $600 to come to the retreat. And we got 2 little girls that are coming. I was broke down. Might have been my ego because I felt that as long as we've been working and the teachers have been phenomenal. We got 7 teachers that have been doing the classes. I was just there. That's what was holding me down. But like the lady, she held on to her faith. She felt that if I touched that robe, I would be healed. Can you imagine 12 years of people saying, get away, get away, get away. Because during that time being on the cycle, your menstrual cycle is like, oh God, you're nasty, you're dirty. And so for her to have that faith to go and just touch it, said, daughter, what is it exactly? Said, daughter, your faith has made you well. That's what I needed that day. So if you feel that was a breakthrough, I was having a breakdown in that moment. And why is it that the children are not here? How come the parents have not? How come the program is not working better? What can I do to do it different? Break down and admit it and accept it, that it is all in God's plan. How the children will come here and run up and down and play and learn and get the eggs and gather the eggs from the chickens and feed the goats, and they'll be able to do meditation. The children are learning. We have health ed. The nurse will be coming and teaching them their bodies, what parts of the bodies. Now that you're little girls, what are you going to feel? All of that we have in our program. It's an amazing program. But I was having a breakdown. So when you're feeling that you've done all that you can and you can't do anymore, you're in the middle of a breakdown. So admit it, give it what it is, and then listen to God. So God sent me somewhere far from my house to get this from a whole nother perspective. Can you see that how God was giving me a lineup for a breakthrough? So you're in the midst of a breakdown. If all of that stuff, if you're using food, overindulgence, staying in bed, saying I can't get up, somebody's working witchcraft, all of that, you in a breakdown. So in the midst of the breakdown, this is your time to sit still and tap into the feelings, the emotions, learn what it is, clarity. I know it was my ego. Name it, accept it, and listen to spirit to let it go. So what became my mantra for the next couple of days has been and will become libation. Meditation is your medication. Boom. Let me say that again. Libation, which I poured to a batala, meditation was my medication. That's what I needed. Just listen to spirit. It's all the way around you. But they had to take me out of my house, go get in the car, go down, and I dressed up. Ooh, because I got to look good. When I left that message that was given to me, that your faith has made you well, I was so well. I went to the river. And that's the picture that y'all saw me in the pit. Like, come to the river. I went to a shoe. I said, let me go to nature to celebrate this. The people were so nice. As a matter of fact, one of the people just arranged for me to do a book signing at her sorority. So that was another little connection about the book. So I'm going to be doing a book signing. And amazing how one thing leads to another. And God is it right there. You're in the midst of a breakdown. Give it a name. I'm done. I'm done with the fact that I've done everything that I can for these guys. We don't want to have a two. But the fact is, those two little angels that are coming here in the 16th, they have still, the teachers are still flying in. We got 3 teachers flying in, coming to do the work, to cook for them, to help them, to assist them, to nudge them, to hug them, to hold them, to allow them to have their time with speaking their truth into the water. Yes. Can you imagine that? Had we had that as children, we wouldn't be having the many breakdowns as we have it as adults. So that's the message today. Is you are if you're in the midst of a breakdown, get ready to have your breakthrough, baby. Get ready to have your breakthrough, because that breakdown is when God says, okay, enough. Boom. Come to me. Look around. Feel that spirit. Go where you need to go, and then celebrate the fact that you are not a victim. So every breakdown is a breakthrough. So that's why we put the music on for Ogun, because we got to break through. When you feel in that place in your spirit, in your heart, that you've gotten rock bottom, that you have given everything that you can, that you're in a place where you're living in a relationships that you know it's time to go, but you don't know how to get yourself out of there. When you're listening to voices that telling you your worth is nothing. When you've done code shifting and shape shifting and just sabotaging ourselves, you're in a breakdown. So know what it is, give it a name, pour your libation, your meditation, and get your medication. Yes, be that medicine that you use. Get that medicine. If it's to cook for your ancestors, if it's to go outside, if it's just ground yourself on the ground, if it's just to cry, just lay out and say, God, give it to me. Give me the clarity that I know. Hold on to your faith, because that is going to be, your faith is going to be your wellness. So that's the message for today. So I just wanted to share that with you, and know that all that you're doing is leading you someplace, is leading you somewhere. Don't give up on yourself. If it's the job you're looking at and you're cold shifted and shift shit and all of that, ask yourself, why am I in this job right now at this time? What are the benefits and what are the deficits? And pour your libation. Take the water from the water fountain or the bathroom sink and go outside and pour a little libation on the ground. Sit doing your lunch and say, give me this solution, give me the medication for through this meditation and this libation to know that I'm in the midst of a breakdown because I know I'm getting ready to be in the breakthrough. So go ahead, y'all, breakthrough. For those of you who have not heard and seen my book yet, The Living Shrine, baby, it's a whole bunch of breakdowns in here, but breakthroughs because I'm alive and I'm well and I'm doing. They said I wouldn't have children. That was a lie. They said I wouldn't be a priestess. That was a lie. They said I wouldn't be happy. That was a lie. Because Obatala got my back. Know that you have the medicine. So whatever it is, go out there, order my book online if you want it. Yeyefini.com if you want it signed. And if not, just get it without signature on my website or on Amazon. But I would appreciate it on my, and then please give a report as to how you feel about it. So I want y'all to have a minute here, and you know I like to do a little meditation. So we're going to do a meditation today on this Ogun and Oshosi day. And Ogun and Oshosi is every day. So if you're watching this in a replay and another time, Ogun, the energy that every morning when we wake up and we are blessing our Ori, the first thing that we do is we go to the bathroom. That's Ogun. That equipment that when you flush it, it goes down. That machinery. Yes, that's Ogun. Every night while you're sleeping, Ogun is pumping your heart. So every day is a day to honor Ogun. And Oshosi is the one that's mapping out all the things that you're going to see for the day. That's the intention setter getter. Yes, Oshosi is the intention setter getter. So when you set your intention, Oshosi's out there finding it for you. He's the arrow that goes and says, bam, that's for my baby. I'm going to bring this home. So know that. So I want you to just take a few minutes to do a meditation and invoke the courage to call your breakdown, give it a name. Mine was my ego. I was feeling like, these people should have sent their children. Really? And Obatala said, you ain't the organizer of all of this. Go sit yourself down someplace and listen to a message. And then go to the river and celebrate. Yes. So we are going to do a nice little meditation. I want you to take 3 nice breaths. Breathing in. I want you to meditate and see yourself. When I went to Nigeria, I had some Ogun tools made by a smithy, by a priest of Ogun. And when you go in there, you see the bellows and it's hot in there. And the bellow is the thing that you pump and the air. Visualize yourself there that you're sitting in front of a big, hot cauldron. And it's hot and it's fiery. And all of the things that you're going through, you're going to take that in that meditation and you're going to put it in that fire, just like Ogun takes the piece of iron and melt it and it becomes liquid and he's able to form it into what he wants to. Take that thing and put it in that fire as we sing and chant to Ogun. And any morning that you wake up, that you're in the middle of a breakdown, see that meditation so you can come out your breakthrough. Because you're in control of setting it in that fire. So put that in there as we chant. So take 3 cleansing breaths. Breathe in. And then just breathe out nicely, nicely, nicely. One more, breathing in. And breathing out. And see that fire blazing in front of you. And it getting hotter. And you're breathing in. And breathing out and putting all of those things that you're going through in that fire, in that urn, in that big oven of Ogun, and putting it in there and visualize it as we chant and sing to Ogun. You got a John Mason's book. I had one this morning. Just visualize yourself sitting there with Ogun. Epa Ogun. And we are saying, oh, Oh, shout out to honor. Shout out to honor. I act alone. Ogun, owner of the gold charm, selected head. So we're shouting to Ogun. Epa! Epa! Keye mo dance Ogun alado orisha. Keye mo dance Ogun alado orisha. Keye mo dance Ogun alado orisha. Epa! Keye mo dance Ogun alado mi orisha. Keye mo dance Ogun alado 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 orisha. Epa! Keye mo dance Ogun alado orisha. 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 We shout out loud, Ogun. Shout out your honor. I act alone, Ogun, owner of the gourd, owner of iron, owner of my courage, owner of my breakdown and my breakthrough. I give thanks. Modupe Ogun, Modupe Oshosi, Ogun ye, Ogun ye, Ogun ye. And I want you to take this moment right now. In your spirit, thank Ogun for the breakthrough that you have just had and that you will have. And I always make a very easy chant so you can memorize it. And I want you to just breathe in, breathe it out, and then come back to where you are, where you're supposed to be and where you are here. Modupe Ogun, Modupe Oshosi, Modupe to each and one of you that you are going to celebrate today that breakthrough. Send me an email. Go on my platform on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook and let me know how your breakthrough came. I told y'all my breakthrough. My faith made me well. Unapologetically, and I will share it when I'm having my breakdown. Because I know each one of you that hear me going through a breakdown can identify with it, and you send me energy just by identifying it. You help me to come out because my work is so big and my work is about working for you as I work for me. So God is working through me, for me, and with me. I give thanks. Go to Yeyefini.com and don't forget, pick up my book and household guide. And Meaningful Monday is now available paperback. Y'all have a blessed day. Odabo. I need some water. Ashe.